Hare Krishna. Yesterday I was giving a couple of examples. Columbus was aiming at the spiritual capital, India, but he ended up landing in material capital, America. So sometimes somebody may be considering to heading a certain destination, but they may end up somewhere else. Similarly, somebody goes to a school or a college to earn a degree, get a job and flourish in life, but they get diverted, distracted by sports or by bad association or by watching movies or some inattentiveness, carelessness, and they fail to achieve the goal. And there are others who very carefully are focused on their goal for which they have entered the college. And they earn the degree, they become entrepreneurs, they become flourishing businessmen, and eventually gain name and fame in the whole world, everything. In the same manner, you may start cultivating a plant by watering it, fencing it, putting some fertilizer, everything. The goal of cultivating a plant would be to produce fruits. Say tomorrow you want to produce thousands of mango fruits. But in the course of cultivating that tree or the plant, if you are inattentive, there may be many other creepers and grasses which may grow. Like once when I was in Bombay, there was a creeper growing around a tree. Initially the creeper appeared very small and tender. But eventually the creeper grew so much around the tree and it became thick in size and it became like a steel wire. And it completely bent the tree down and uprooted the tree. And the tree got dried up. So, one of the senior devotees there was telling, the creeper is tender but the tree is stronger. Still, the creeper has uprooted the tree. Similarly, one is practicing spiritual life. One may be carried away by womanly association, which is like a creeper. And your spiritual life can be uprooted totally. By such, they may appear very tender, but they will finish you. It has happened for so many great stalwarts in even devotional line. Prabhupada says, big people, what to speak of one Vishwamitra or such people, many. So, the goal of the tree is to produce the fruit and not get carried away by a creeper and get uprooted. So, whether you embark on sailing in the ocean or studying in a school or cultivating a tree, all these things have one clear-cut goal to be achieved at the end. One should begin with the end in mind. What am I here for? If I am going to board a boat, even while boarding the boat, I should know that I am heading towards, if Columbus was clear that I am heading towards India, the spiritual destination, he would have achieved. So be very clear about the ultimate goal. Similarly, you are entering a college, you have to earn a degree and become meritorious. Otherwise, there are so many other things you can do in the college. Similarly, you are cultivating a plant or a tree, the fruit has to be achieved at the end. It should not get diverted by anything else. So, in order for us to be able to achieve the end, there is one very important factor in each of these three cases. For example, if you are a sailor, you need a compass and a captain of the boat. Because the compass will give you direction and destination should be clear. Like you sit in a Uber, Ola car, the first thing it will ask you, what is the destination? Where do you want to go? And then the GPS gives the direction, how you reach the destination, isn't it? Similarly, we are in this material world, our goal is spiritual world. And what is our GPS? Guru Parampara system. That will give us the direction. And if you don't align with the Guru Parampara system, you become diverted by your material desires and you make your will different from Lord's will, then we get diverted by so many things in this world. Somebody came to a spiritual society like ISKCON, but then they get diverted to material goals. You go this way, then you get diverted, and then the ultimate goal is not achieved. Similarly, you are going to a school, two things are very important. Your superiors who guide you and show you direction and escort you and walk you in the school to the ultimate goal, or the college also. And the peers who inspire you and encourage you, and who are also heading towards the goal without getting distracted. Both are very important to attain the ultimate goal. Similarly, you are growing a plant. There are people who are knowledgeable, who are smart. Like when you are growing a plant, there is also other grasses and other plants which grow in the neighborhood. Sometimes you don't know which is your main plant, which is the other plant. You don't know where to put the water, whether to put the water here or here. And sometimes foolishly you may be putting the water in a wrong plant. And the result would be that a poisonous plant is growing and the main plant dries up. Like once we were standing in a queue to take the ticket in the railway station. So first there was a very long queue, then eventually 2 queues formed. So some people started standing in the other queue thinking it is shorter. Only problem is that queue ended nowhere. It was not going to, they were just standing for a long time. So you need to connect to the queue which is moving ahead, not the queue which is stagnated queue, isn't it? So, therefore, in the path of spiritual life, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained to Rupa Goswami, in the Rupa Shiksha is explaining that bhakti grows. How it grows? He says, Bhakti Lata Bij has to be obtained from a guru. And what is that Bhakti Lata Bij? The Bhakti Lata Bij is not love of God. Love of God is already there in you. Eternally it is there with you. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunoi Shravana Shuddha Chitte Karaya Udai. It says, Udai means to rise, just like the sun is having Udai, Suryodai. Is the sun created or the sun rising already? Sun is already there. It just has to rise in the east. Some love of God is already there in you. But for the love of God in your heart to rise, for that Guru gives a Bhakti Lata Bij. That Bij is ideas, plans, methods, procedures, and this kind of some blueprint that Guru gives you. That blueprint should be taken and strictly and carefully and attentively adopted. If you do that, you will definitely attain the ultimate goal of Krishna Prema. And what is it? For example, whole world was submerged in ignorance with no knowledge of how to go back to Godhead, because all the tikas of Bhagavatam were all in Sanskrit. But Prabhupada cracked the code by translating them into English language. Now it is translated into Hindi and multiple vernacular languages now. All the Vedic literature is available in 80 languages by Srila Prabhupada's mercy now. So now people have come to know what the Vedas contain. So the knowledge is now opened for the whole world. And secondly, keeping in mind the lifestyle of modern day people, Prabhupada has given the Bhakti Lata Bij in such a manner that, Prabhupada taught how to do Swami dance. Prabhupada taught how to do Shringar Darshan. Prabhupada also taught us 16 fixed rounds. And how to wear tilak and kantimala, what is the dress code we should wear, what should Matajis wear, what type of food that we should eat, what type of songs that we should sing, what type of lifestyle and habits we should have. Everything, this is actually Bhakti Lata Bij that Prabhupada has given for the whole society of ISKCON for next 10,000 years. Prabhupada said this movement will go on for 10,000 years. After that also it will go on, but for the next 10,000 years it will be a roaring movement. So, those procedures are all given in the Guru Parampara. It's already given. We just have to adopt these things very carefully, without fail, without compromise, without deviation, without adulteration. Because if we are going to adulterate it or twist it or turn it or mutilate it by bringing something else from outside, then this will be polluted. So therefore, this Bhakti Lata Bij has to be received very carefully. And the end goal should never be forgotten. End goal should always be remembered. Like for example, We are singing Nursing Arati. Why? For purification and protection. We are singing Tulasi Arati. Why? To beg Tulasi Maharani to award us seva to the divine couple. We are praying to the spiritual master in the morning. Why? Out of gratitude for having given us the shelter and direction in life. So one should be very conscious of performing all the aratis or the chanting or hearing the class or going through the course of the day while doing services with full consciousness. So in this way, we can definitely reach the destination. You can see, although Dhruva Maharaj had a material goal in mind, his mother and his guru Narada, they both took him to a spiritual destination. You can see that. So even though we may not be pure, we may have many impure material motives. If you get a capable master who is fixed in Krishna's lotus feet, he can smartly dovetail your talents and everything and pull you in the spiritual direction. That is why Prabhupada said identifying the good master is very, very important in life. The person who is a spiritual person who will take us to spiritual destination. The only duty of Guru is to take a disciple from material world to spiritual world, nothing else. People expect everything from Guru other than this one goal. But the only goal is to take you from material world to spiritual world. And Narada did that expertly with Dhruva. And many great Vaishnavas have done it. So therefore have a capable master and faithfully follow the Bhaktilata Bij that is awarded to you. And grow the devotional creeper from the current position to the Svargalokas and beyond that to the Satyaloka, beyond that, crack the shell of the universe and go to the Brahma Jyoti and then beyond to Goloka. Although the plant grows higher and higher, watering is done here only, Prabhupada says. What is watering? Shravanam and Kirtanam. Chanting of the holy name and reciting the holy fame. That is the watering. Keep on watering, watering. Even when you are in this world, you will develop love of God. It's not that after going there you will get. Even while watering it here, you will see that the tree develops the fruit of love of God. The ripened fruit of love of God, which will give great ecstasy and bliss to the devotee even while living in this world, even before taking the last breath. So, in this way, the Guru's role cannot be underestimated. That's why we say, Chakshudan Dilo Jai, Janme Janme Prabhu Sai. You have connected me to Krishna, I will give every drop of my blood for you. My every breath, every drop of blood, every bit of energy, every bit of time, and my whole life is surrendered to you. So unless a disciple approaches Guru in this mode of service, that means from the bottom of the heart we are offering ourselves. And spiritual life is not a side activity. Not that I have 25 things to do in life and 26th activity is Krishna consciousness. So if it is going to be a very casual and side activity, then Krishna also will keep us in the side only. If you keep Krishna in the front, then Krishna will keep you in the front also. Etamam prapadyante. Tam stariva bhajamyaham. So if you want Krishna to take you seriously, then you have to take Krishna seriously. If you want Krishna to uplift you back home, back to Godhead, you have to chase behind him. People are chasing behind hundreds of things in this world. You chase behind Krishna. How do you chase behind Krishna? By accepting a spiritual guide and faithfully, strictly adhering to the Bhaktilata Bij program that is given. In our Guru Parampara, things are so crystal clear. How many of you feel you know what is to be done? Only it's taking time to do what is to be done. Correct? Therefore, we have to see what Prabhupada has to do, our Gurus have to do, they have done it. So whose homework is pending? Our homework is pending. And our homework is best done, especially the chanting of the morning of the holy name. Because the chanting is done attentively, you get clarity, you get vision, you get focus. And chanting will clearly show you, you are doing a wrong thing. Hey, stop this. It will give you guilt feeling. So chanting of the holy name is direct address to the Supreme Lord in the Ashtama Vibhakti, we call it. Direct address to Krishna it is. And Radha and Krishna, we are directly addressing Krishna. So when we address like this, then Lord takes us seriously and He is going to respond to us. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Harinam Prabhu Ki. Let's offer our humble obeisances and to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like this trees, ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद के, वैष्णव ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद के, नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की,